I don't have any more player-submitted questions, but there's a couple of questions that I can ask that I think maybe players would find some interesting insight.
Okay.
Towards. All right. So one of the things that I'd like to know, out of this, has there been any like huge particular challenges that you guys have faced as you've been like diving into the Necro? I see you both like smiling and laughing, so I think this might be a good question, or one you have an answer to.
Do you want to?
We can probably each pick.
Okay.
Go.
From different perspectives, right?
We've kind of spilled the beans on Revive. That's coming, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about Revive. Our game actually has, on the data side, over 1,000 individual monsters in it. And in terms of unique pieces of art, it's something more like above 100, 120, 130, somewhere in that neighborhood. And Revive will be a skill, and it will have 5 runes, so there will be 6 versions of it. So you can do the simple math on that. It's 1,000 plus times 6 pieces of unique art that need to be created in order for this one skill to be made. This, by far, without any competition or question of competition, will be the most lavishly expensive skill made in Diablo to date, and that's including all the things that we tried throughout all of the development process that we threw away and everything. Yeah, this is the king of skills. But why would we do that? Why would we do that? And it's
Because it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Right. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? We want the Necromancer to be awesome.
Well, it was sort of like one of those things when we first talked about bringing him back. It was like, well, could we do it without Revive? Because we know what that means. Right. And the answer just was no. I think it's a must-have. And then we thought, well, we could also just try it out without doing all the work and see how exciting it actually is in Diablo 3. And what we've kind of found is it's amazing. It is so good. It's a Zoomancer's dream as a skill, and but it's a huge challenge.
Right, I imagine that's a lot of floor work to cover.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, Revive is it's certainly the biggest one. The one that probably has taken the longest to try to figure out, I think, was corpses. Just how do they work? Like. Question one, like the Q&A, even someone asked the same thing. Like, what happens when the corpse isn't? They that's a good point. Like, how do you have corpse? You can't have a necro without corpse explosion, and you can't have corpse explosion without corpses. And we don't usually have those in D3. So how do we make this work? Right. And that's been a long process. I mean, I'm really happy with where we ended up. I think we iterated our way to a really great place. It was certainly challenging at the start. We had a lot of experiments with trying to figure out even how we adapt corpse skills to D3. In D2, everything kill leaves a corpse. You mouse over the corpse, you push a button, a thing happens. And what we had found was just for the pacing of our game, you would just be spamming the corpse button corpse explode 100 times, and it caused these problems with the ebb and flow of gameplay. You weren't building as much as we wanted, you weren't spending as often as we wanted, because you were spending so much time blowing up corpses. So that sort of led us to going all right, well, what if we just change how these interact with the corpses in general? You just make more corpses in D3. So what if we just make all of the corpse skills kind of AE-ish in a way? Like corpse explosion will blow up all the corpses in an area. Some of the other corpse skills just don't care where the corpses are, just deals with it for you. And then even just what do they look like? What does a corpse look like in D3? And that one was fun for Julian and the tech art guys. I mean, you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah. I mean, so you have that problem of, well, if the guy died, what is it that gets left behind? Right. And then there's the problem of identifying it. You have to know that means you can use a corpse skill. There's a lot going on in Diablo 3. The pace of combat of Diablo 3 is so much higher than Diablo 2. And it's a 3D rendered game. With Diablo 2, it's sprites. You can cheat visibility issues in a game like that very easily, without getting into technicals. But you can't do in a 3D game because things actually take up a physical space. When things are in front of each other, they are physically in front of each other. And when you start messing with that, the visuals break down really fast. So we had to try a lot of crazy things just to try to get it to a place where you would know when it was time to use a corpse skill,
right?
And deal with that effectively with everything else that's going on. Yeah.
And I mean, like, Diablo 3 is a very frenetic game when it comes to the gameplay. So, like, recognizability, I know, was one of the things that we kind of had to focus on. Because otherwise, you know, like a Mallet Lord would be a totally different corpse from, like, a Lacuni, right?
Right.
Yeah. So this is where we settled on. By the way, some of these problems weren't answerable with art. Sometimes the answer is to change the way the mechanics work. So settling on the idea that there was a universal corpse was one of the first kind of master strokes that will, like, okay, now we don't have to build a unique piece of art for every monster. And then relaxing the way a lot of the skills work so that you're not interested in picking one corpse out over another. You know, like we made them less precious to you as a player. Like this one I gotta save it, I gotta use just this one just the right way. So we kind of just loosened a lot of the gameplay constraints there, which made the players relax around wanting to know exactly where every corpse was at all times. And that eased the burden of the art for us and let us go back to making something that was a little simpler, a little easier.
All right. I have one more corpse-related question, and the only reason I bring this up is I think I saw it on Reddit somewhere. Was and this was feedback from the BlizzCon build. Was if you're building your Necromancer around using these corpse-based skills, and you get to the Rift Guardian, and they don't have minions, what do you do? Because you're gonna run out of corpses.
You die.
So what do you do? Like, is there a way to reconcile that?
There will be ways to reconcile that probably would force us maybe to announce things that we're not ready to talk about.
We don't have to announce anything, but like, but it's
there will
something
be
we're
ways.
thinking about,
yes,
right?
absolutely. This has come up a lot in gameplay tests, which people will say, "Hey, this is great when I've got lots of monsters," and in this one particular case or another, I didn't feel like I had all the tools, and so we're keeping that in mind, and we've got plans for that.
All right. Is there anything that's come across in the Necromancer so far that it just hit that switch in your mind where you're just like, I can't wait to finish developing this one thing? Like, is there anything that's standing out for you that you can talk about?
You won't let me talk about it.
Oh, I'm not allowed to let you.
No, I'm kidding. It's not her fault. Honestly, I was just really excited when we finally said, we're going to do the Necromancer. Because we had, like, for the last, I don't even know how long, we've always had, like, team brainstorms and, like, what do people want to work on? Let's talk about it with the team. And every single time, we're like, Necromancer. I want to make Necromancer. Can I make the Necromancer? So when the team finally said, like, we're gonna make the Necromancer, like, dibs. Like, I want to do it. I want to do Necromancer. It's been a lot of fun. It's been very cool trying to take the, like, really awesome iconic stuff that I used to love myself and try to reimagine it. Because even when I think about, like, the D2 Necro and what that gameplay actually was and what that experience was like Blood Golem and Iron Maiden just being like, lol, I'm invincible, or like how did Corpse Explode work, or reimagining like the Skeleton Army, so like trying to take a lot of the really bad problems, because I remember my first Necromancer in D2, I probably built the way most people would build a Necromancer, which is like, dude, skeletons are awesome, I'm gonna make a ton of skeletons. I'm like, this game's easy, yeah. And then I got to like Nightmare, and the first monster that cast an AE spell killed all my skeletons. I was like, well, I don't have 30 corpses to make 30 more skeletons. I guess I lose. Time to recreate my guy. So, like, trying to take a lot of those problems that the character had and sort of adapt them to the game we have, while also differentiating it from the existing classes, and making sure he just has a lot of really unique things that aren't the same as other characters. It's just, the whole experience has been a ton of fun. I'm really excited to get it out to the audience and hear what people think when we're done. Yeah. What about you?
Well, you know, like, I remember when we decided, I think I was about to go on vacation. So it was like the day before I'm going on vacation, and we're like, yes, we're doing it. And I remember saying, I would like to be involved in that. I would like to run the team. I would like to be, all over that. And I left, and I thought, I wonder if everybody really heard me. I wonder if I really got my point across. So I immediately started sending emails
on vacation
while I'm on vacation, like, in case I didn't make it absolutely clear how much I want to work on this. I want to, yeah. And then somebody didn't email me back. I'm like, uh-oh.
Someone else
maybe
grab it from me?
did they not get the email? Because I'm not getting it. So, like, yeah. So I'm flooding people with emails from, yes, like, I want in. Yeah, I mean, that shows you some, like, the excitement level, and I think that the whole team shares it. And, yeah, everything that we're doing is really kind of amazing. I'm biased. I'm a Necro fan. I played a lot of it. It's probably going to maybe be the best one. Like,
right?
I'm not supposed to have favorites. I'm not. But
yeah, no, it's totally okay to have favorites.
But I'm having a favorite.
Like, I got my favorites.
This
for
is
sure.
good. For sure.
Sure.
I love it. But if I had to pick a specific thing though that I'm excited about, we have kind of doubled down a little bit on the golems and decided that there's a lot of, like, obviously you heard about Revive. That's a marquee skill. We're spending a lot of effort, but we're also spending a lot of particular thematic art and presentation effort around the golems and trying to make sure that they are also like a really big highlight point. And so I think you saw a little bit of that in the Blood Golem announcement, and when we have the other golems to announce, I think you're going to see that reflected in them as well.
That'd be cool. Maybe I can work with you when we get closer. We'll do like a golem blog or something.
A golem blog?
Yeah.
That sounds like
my precious,
like a design of some golem blog.
Could I just write it in Golem's voice as well?
Just don't do that. Just no.
It's full tilt.
No.
No. Veto that one.
I mean, you can do it.
I'll do it in my spare time.
Keep it away from me.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have today. Unless there's anything else you guys want to toss in real quick before we get going.
I just, we're excited. We hope you're excited, and we can't wait to announce some legitimately new stuff and that we can show you, and then eventually, get it out so that you can play it.
I'm just really looking forward to everyone getting their chance to get hands on it. I mean, so far, everyone that we've had in the company come check it out has had, like, really good feedback. Like, this is super fun. Like, all right, we're not sucking. Like, go us. And I think it's really cool. Like, I really hope you guys like the way that we have adapted the Diablo 2 Necromancer to Diablo 3. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty rad as well. So, we're getting there. In the meantime, thank you guys for joining us today. Like, we super appreciate it. I also want to thank you guys for joining me today. And taking the time out of your busy schedules working on the Necro to talk about it.
No, I love talking to the community and interacting. I love telling you guys what we're doing. If we would do this more, but then we wouldn't be able to finish it in time to get it to y'all without you lynching us. So we're gonna do less of this and more making the character. But it's been really exciting.
Yeah. Wherever we can squeeze one in.
No, I love doing this stuff. Totally
Absolutely.
love it.
No, it's been great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very cool. We're going to go ahead and sign off for now. For those of you who tuned in late or missed it, I will be going ahead and putting this video up on YouTube and also on Twitch VOD. So if you want to go and catch up with anything you missed, you'll be able to see it on those two channels. So that would be youtube.com/Diablo and twitch.tv/Diablo. And you'll also be able to review the VOD right here on Facebook. So anything you missed, as soon as this broadcast goes down, it'll be available to watch again. So in the meantime, good luck and have fun. And we wish you all the best loot in Season 9 and beyond. And we'll have more to share soon. So bye, guys. See you later.
Take care.